Yeah, so guys, this is a quick breakdown of how I got this sell on gold using, the popular market structure, which is normally the trend of the market, and yeah, and time frame, because time frame is very, 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 very important whenever you are marking out your protected highs and protected lows, okay, and you're marking out your inducement, because what you are seeing on the 30-minute time frame might be far different from what you are seeing on the 5 minute time frame, and might be different from what you are seeing on the 1 hour or 15 minutes time frame. Okay. So yeah. So now first thing first, let us look at what we are seeing here. So as you can see right here, and this is a clear break of structure here. This is a clear break of structure here. This is on the 30-minute time frame. And as you can see, this is this is a swing point, which makes this point an inducement. Okay. So now, but then let's go to the 30 minutes time. Let's go to the 15 minutes time frame. But I caught this trade on the 15 minutes time frame. Yeah. So now, as you can see on the 15 minutes time frame, we have multiple break of structures here. We have these, we have these, we have these. Hmm? Then we have this. So which makes this point, this one right here, which makes this point right here. Hey Jesus. Which makes this point right here a swing point. It makes this one also a swing point. Hmm? It makes this one also a swing point, right? Just as it is before. Hmm? But then, as you can see in this particular trade, I didn't use the other block. I didn't use this other block resting above here. I used a fair value gap. I used a fair value gap. And I'll be telling you the reason why I used the fair value gap. So let's delete all of this. Okay, let's delete all of this. So now you could have imagined that on the 15 minutes time frame, I could have just mark out this as my inducement. You could have just imagined that, oh, why didn't you just mark out this or this particular point as your inducement, while this would be your POI. The reason why is simply because of trend angle. Hmm? The reason why is simply because of trend angle. Let me show you what trend angle is. So if I should decide to put my trend line here and down to this level, you can see this is about 80%. These are 80%. So most of the time it will be much more better if the trend angle is around 45 or something. Okay. Good. So that's one of the first reasons. So since this trend angle does not align, it makes this swing point and this swing point a distance range, or I would call it trend line liquidity. Either of the two, anyone you want to call it, a distance range or trend line liquidity. Okay. So then why did I not use this other block here? Why did I use the fair value gap resting around here? So there's something about market structure. We have different type of market structure. We have the one whereby it is a normal eye, a break of structure, another eye again, a break of structure. Then this one right here is going to serve as an inducement. Okay. Then we have another one whereby we have a low being taken out, in the sense whereby you see something like this, like a W pattern. Market is going to break to the upside. Hmm? Then immediately most people will be expecting a change of character somewhere around there, but then market is going to, hold on, but then market is going to fail them, give us a swing point right here that is going to break the structure. Then this would serve as our inducement. Hmm? So in a case like this whereby market took out a low, right here, and then it break this particular high, right here. So there's high chances the market will be using a fair value gap or an order block or a breaker block. on this particular one right here. But you see on this one right here, on this first one, there's high chances on this first one, on this first one, there's high chances the market will be using either, like I said, either a breaker block or another block. This is just that simple. And in this case, this is the one I used, and then I would show you how it happened there. So now, boom. Let's go straight to business. Okay, let me not delete it so you guys can see what I am showing you. So now we have a low being taken out right here. Let me name the low as 1, or let me name it as A. We have um low A be taken out, and as you can see, the same thing happens right here also. A low was being taken out. Hmm? Then market went to break this high immediately. Let me say the IB, so you guys can just like get to understand what I am saying better. IB, good. And if you should notice right here also, this high was being taken immediately. IB, can you see? Then this low that swept this A got taken out. Abi? So let's name this C. Let's name this C. This is C. So what do I say market is going to do in cases like this? Market is going to go create a high, and then it's going to break this particular light right here, and then this high will serve as an engagement. And as you can see, that is exactly what happened right here. Hmm? So now this high served as our engagement. This high right here is served as our engagement. Served as our engagement. Hmm? So marking this out as my engagement, the fair value gap placing above will be my point of interest one, why the other block or breaker block will be my point of interest two. And as a matter of fact, sef, you can see the market even tapped the breaker block. The market tapped this breaker block, as you can see right here. So as you can see, I said it is either going to tap the fair value gap or the breaker block or the other block. What really matters is this is your point of invalidation, meaning that immediately the market see this particular point, then this trade is invalid, most especially whenever it gives you a change of character. Because as you can see on the 13 minute time frame, we do not have all these inducements created. So this can just be an inducement point on the 30-minute time frame, and the market is going to use any POI resting here, which there is no POI by the way. Any POI resting here as any other block, I mean, as its point of interest, and the market is going to start selling from there. Okay, so that is one of the reasons you have to now to use time frame to your advantage whenever you are trading market structure. Hmm? So it is that simple. And as you can see, like I do always say, one of the first thing you want to notice whenever you are marking out your POI and the inducement is momentum. You want to notice momentum. As you can see, we have high volume of sellers happening right here. Hmm? Market is dropping aggressively. So that's one of the first thing you want to notice whenever you are marking out your momentum on any time frame that you are. And whenever you are marking out your POI and inducement on any time frame. Okay, good. So now let me delete this. So now, how do I get to take my entry at this point? How do I get to take my entry at this point? Like I always say, I use a double break of structure. It is that simple. Double break of structure on the 1 minute time frame. Hmm? That was one of the things I explained in my last video. I think in the last two videos I uploaded, and I will be explaining it here again. Hmm? So I use a double construction, and as you can see, I shared it with my Telegram channel right here. As you can see, I said good morning traders, sell BTC USD now, and then boom, stop loss, take profit, one take profit. So how I marked down my first take profit and how I marked down my second take profit are things I will be explaining to you right here, and also I will be explaining what happened, what caused this reversal back to this upside. I will be explaining it to you, and in this video you will get to understand when and where to move your SL to BE. I will not say SL to BE by the way. I will say I'm cutting your losses short. I'll be explaining all of that on this video. Like I said, this video is a top-down analysis. A top-down analysis. So do well to make sure you pay a very good attention to this video. Hmm? So now, like I was saying, so how do I get to mark out my change of character here on the 1 minute time frame? So now, using the 1 minute time frame, let's go to the 1 minute time frame. One major, Asha, no major. Hello, down, one major, because I'm really lost. Okay. So now using the 1 minute time frame, and as you can see right here, it's still the same method over and over again. We have a double week of structure. These are structure one. As you can see, this is the first week of structure and this is the second week of structure. We waited for a pullback and then we executed our trade right here, putting our stop loss at the swing point that caused this double week of structure. Hmm? There are different ways to create a double construction, by the way, but this is the most popular one. Hmm? This is the most popular one. There are different ways to set your SL. So now, as you can see, immediately market tapped this particular. I used the favor lookup here. See, I use the favor lookup here. I use the favor lookup here. Is it a favor lookup or a breakup look? I use the favor lookup, which also affects the breakup block, as you can see right here. Let me mark out the breakup block. It's also got affected by the breakup block a bit, but it is mainly a favor lookup. So now, how do I set my take profit one and take profit two, which is the full TP? So now my first take profit is somewhere around here, and why? The reason why is simply because this is the point that caused this reversal back to the POI. It is that simple. That is how I do mark out my first take profit. Now, as you can see right here, after the market moved in my favor, I said TP1 you can now move SL to B, and at a point I said move SL back to 6477.81. There's a reason why. So now the reason why is what I want to show you here. So now the reason why is simply because going to the 5 minute time frame, this is one of the reasons why I said knowing how to use time frame is very, 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 very important. What was all this one like this? So like I said knowing how to use time frame is very, very important. Now on the 5 minute time frame, we have a brick of structure here, which is an inducement on the higher time frame. But there's something I want you guys to always remember: the higher time frame always controls the lower time frame. So if you are seeing your the only place whereby the lower time frame will be an issue to you is if it is a trade zone. Okay, meaning that the market has not tapped the POI. Let's say on the lower time frame there is a change of character here that the market did not respect. The only place you're supposed to get worried is if market is changing character as a reaction from a particular POI in the past. So let's say there is a 1 hour POI here that people are expecting to use to buy. Then you can say this is a valid reason. But if there's no any POI hanging around there that the market is reacting with from the past, then this is not its reason. But at the same time, the market can still react to it. So let's say it is more of like a 15-minute time frame or a 30-minute or a 1 hour time frame that this thing happened. The market might react to it and it might not. But when it comes to the 5 minute time, it might react to it, but there's high chance it will not hit the TP, which is this point of reversal. I don't know if you guys are getting what I am saying, but listen to that again. There's high chances the market might get to TP if it is on a higher time frame. But since we are spotting this trade zone on a 5 minute time frame, then it is nothing. It should not really scare you like that because the higher time frame controls the lower time frame. I think we are supposing this our PY on the 5 minute time frame, and I can say, oh, take your profit at a particular point, oh, and not at this swing point, oh. But mind you, like I said, all these are happening on the 5 minute time frame, and then on the 15 minute time frame, there's nothing like that. Okay, so that is one of the things that gave me confidence to, you know what, just keep holding this trade and don't move SL to B because there's high chances the market might just come and sweep this particular high. And that was what happened. It swept this particular high and then went back down, even though it took a while. So that is it for this one. Like I said, I dropped this particular signal to my Telegram channels, which I'll be dropping the link below. I'll be dropping the link in the description box below under this video. So do also click the follow button, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and then turn on your post notification. See you in the next video, guys.